Welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast, where we discover the fight for freedom, fulfillment, passion, and purpose. Your host is Curt Gallup certified strengths coach, an agency founder who is dedicated to coaching individuals seeking to level up their life and their businesses. The Freedom Club is about unlocking your talents, turning them into strengths, and crushing your objectives. You can learn more at curtmercadante.com. Welcome to the Freedom Club.
And welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast. I am your host, Curt Mercadante. It is Wednesday, September 5th, and I'm recording this as I am getting ready with my family to head to the airport to fly back to the United States from Rome after our 5-week European vacation. And it's a wonderful feeling today because on the one hand, I'm excited to get back to our home in Charleston, South Carolina. On the other hand, I'm really going to miss Europe, and it's a great feeling to have. I remember growing up and actually when I was an adult, ending a vacation and just feeling just so bad that the vacation is over. And I got to tell you, this wasn't really a vacation, because when you have true alignment between your work, your family, and yourself, it's just living. Fridays don't feel like Fridays anymore. Mondays don't feel like Mondays anymore, because life is about living. And when you truly live it, you don't need that time off. Listen, there's some times I like to unplug, but I like the fact that I have true alignment. And over this last 5 weeks, I haven't missed a beat at work while truly being present and enjoying this vacation with my family. So it's kind of a bittersweet feeling today, but I love having that feeling. But today I want to talk to you about something. I posted a video on LinkedIn yesterday, and I had a podcast earlier this week on this same topic. And it was about having that magic wand. If you have a magic wand, it could wave it and magically be transported into your dream lifestyle today or tomorrow. What would that lifestyle look like? And so many people can't answer that question because they've been stuck in a comfort zone of blah, or a comfort zone of just good enough, or a comfort zone of misery for so long that it clouds their brain. Those limits are so repressing them that they can't envision their perfect lifestyle, or if they can sort of envision it, they can't comprehend that one day they could attain it. And like clockwork, I had a guy who's been probably messaging me for the past 2 or 3 weeks. He just can't wrap his head around the notion that he can envision his perfect lifestyle and then live it. And his message yesterday was, my perfect lifestyle is to live on the lake, spend my days with my family, travel when I want, but still have my 6-figure income. What's the fine print? Because I just can't envision it. And I told him that's the scarcity mindset talking. And I don't say that to be insulting. I say it because it's absolutely true. I say it because I know it. I say it because I've been there. That scarcity, those false limits we place on ourselves, is what prevents you from understanding that you could actually attain that lifestyle. And I got news for you. It may sound like a cop-out, but the fine print is you. I know that when people go through my program, if they work the program, I can help them get there. But you got to show up. And by showing up, I don't just mean showing up on the scheduled calls in my coaching program. I mean showing up with your mind, body, and spirit, surrendering to the program, willing to consider new possibilities for your life. Willing to understand that as part of this journey to freedom and fulfillment, you may come to the realization that what you've been doing for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years isn't working for you. And that is just too big a mountain to climb for some people. I recently had someone who told me they were 90% of the way to jumping in my program. But then they said no, and it wasn't because of the money. Because I'll tell you, 95% of the time when someone tells me it's the money, they're full of shit. This person actually told the truth and said they were scared. They were scared of doing the hard work in the program, and at the end, being unsatisfied with their vision, maybe not coming up with the vision they want. And I've said it again, or I've said it before, and I will say it again. That's like being a sprinter or a runner in any race and being so scared of losing the race that you don't even get out of the damn starting blocks. And I give credit to this person for being absolutely truthful with me. Now, that person was so ashamed, and this happens all the time, that they completely disappeared. They were in one of my group courses, and I haven't heard from them since. Because sometimes that realization that you have to rip apart what you've seen as rational, as responsible, what you've seen as your reality for so long can be so scary that even if you are a successful, and I put that in quotes, 50-year-old man, it can be so scary that you can slink away and then feel so ashamed that you run and hide. And again, I don't say this to be insulting. I say this because I want to help you. I say this because I've been there. I say it because I have a deep feeling for people who do this. Because I've told you, if you listen to this program, you know my mission is to help individuals fight for lives of freedom and fulfillment. And I put an emphasis on the word fight. You're not just going to wake up one morning and luck into a life of freedom and fulfillment. It's going to take hard work. Yes, it can be scary because you're reclaiming power in your life. And when you have power over your life, it can be exhilarating because you realize you're in control as much as you can be with nature and God and a higher being. But it can also be really scary because now you realize you're responsible for your life. And that scariness, that responsibility, again, is too high of a mountain for some to climb because it's much easier to float through life in your comfort zone, to float through life being led by the nose by external forces, cashing your check. And even if you're not happy, so be it, because you can avoid that hard work. You can avoid the tough questions. So to answer that person's question, the fine print is you. And that's absolutely true. And you can think that's a cop-out. And again, that's the scarcity talking, because it is absolutely true. If you're ready to fight for a life of freedom and fulfillment, if you're ready to realize a new possible, I'm ready to work with you. And listening to this podcast is the first step, because I get people all the time who've maybe listened for months until finally that feeling within them, that desire within them gets so strong that they reach out to me. I had someone recently who said they had tears in their eyes about one of my LinkedIn videos. They had watched me for months until finally that feeling within them burned so hot that they had to reach out and had to make a change in their life. They had to fight for freedom and fulfillment. So if that's you, reach out to me. I'm willing to fight alongside you. My name is Curt Mercadante. This is the Freedom Club podcast. Thank you so much for listening.